Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. I hear that train a coming, rolling out the bed. I can see the sun shines. I don't know when. Well, I'm stuck in Coleman prison. I keep dragging along. That train keeps a rolling on down the side and told. I was just a baby. My mama told me, John, always be a good boy, never play with guns. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. That train keeps a rolling. I hang my head and cry. From some fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee, smoking big cigars. I knew I had it coming. I know I can't be free. That train keeps rolling. That's what tortures me. Down the line, far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. I've let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Thank you very much. I'm Johnny Cash. Up just a little bit, I'd appreciate it. Maybe I'm set up a little too far back, I don't know. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith Coleman. I get to do my favorite thing in the whole entire world, and that's do a tribute to the great Johnny Cash, the only human on the planet Earth inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Country Music Hall of Fame, Songwriter Hall of Fame, and Folk Music Hall of Fame. Elvis only made it into 2 of those. Johnny Cash got his start in Memphis, Tennessee at Sun Records, along with Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, Elvis Presley, Roy Orbison, all those rabble-rousers up in Memphis at the time. The problem with Memphis was there was nowhere you could play live. If you wanted to play live, you had to go all the way down to Louisiana Hayride. That's the first time Johnny Cash ever got to see Elvis play live was at the Louisiana Hayride. And he was so impressed with Elvis, he wrote a special song just for Elvis. But then he found out that Elvis had sent a love note to his potential future girlfriend, June Carter, who was also working at the Louisiana Hayride. He decided he wasn't going to give that song to Elvis. He was going to keep it for himself. It's a good thing he did, because it made him a pile of money. This is the song I'm talking about here. Get rhythm, if you got the blues, get rhythm. If you got the blues, don't go about the diamond shoe, you will make it not good for you, get rhythm. If you got the blues, shoes shine more when it never gets dry, got the dirty garden towel, men know the people's feet, when they pour, the wind is through. When I shine my shoes, how he kept from getting the blues. Really shook his little head about the shoe shine rack, and he said, get rhythm. You got the blues, get rhythm. You got the blues. Old coat about diamond shoes, and do will make a lot of good for you, get rhythm. If you got the blues. Get rhythm. If you got the blues, get rhythm. If you got the blues, draw the rhythm, you keep so fine. She calls from your mind, get rhythm. If you got the blues. Sit down in the shoe shine floor, thought I was gonna jump the joke. Slapped on the shoe box, left and right, popped the shoe shine rag and held it tight. He stopped one to wipe sweat away. Said I like it with a big white rim, popped the shoe shine rag. Said again, yeah, rhythm. You got the blues, yeah, rhythm. You got the blues. Hold the coat out the diamond shoes, do some lifting, I'm good, yeah, rhythm. If you got the blues. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now this song is special. The reason it's special is because this is the song that got Johnny Cash barred from the Grand Ole Opry. There are those amongst us even here tonight that would say Johnny Cash used to drink too much. I personally don't think so. But it is true that he had a few to drink the night he showed up at the Ryman Theater. He had just got his hands on this new song. And he got all excited while he was singing this song, and he stomped out all the footlights. I don't have any footlights to stomp on. Shoot, I can't reproduce that part of the show. This song has nothing to do with stomping out footlights anyway. But I guarantee you, you've heard this song. It goes like this right here. Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much from a mall away. Just a soul guitar, empty bottle of booze. I don't care that he run and hid. The biggest thing that he ever did is, before he left, he went and named me Sue. I must have thought that was a pretty good joke. It got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd turn real. Some guy would laugh and I'd push his head. Things just ain't that easy for a boy named Sue. I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fist got hard, my wits got keen. Rode from town to town to hide my shame. Well, I swore by the moon and star I'd search those honky tonks and bars. I'd find that mangy weasel and name me Sue. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I rode into town. My throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. There on a street of mud, sitting at a table dealing stud, was that mangy snake that would name me Sue. I knew that rat was my own sweet dad. The old photograph in my ma had, and I recognized the scrub as cheap as evil eye. He's big, bent, gray, and old, and I looked at him and my blood run cold. I said, "Hey, my name is Sue. How do you do? Now you are gonna die." Well, he hit him once right between the eyes, and he went down. To my surprise, come up with a knife and he cut off a chunk of my ear. So I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we went through the wall out into the street, kicking and gouging in the mud, the blood, and the beer. Well, I fought tougher, man, but I really don't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh, then I heard him cuss. He went for his gun, but I threw mine first, and he stood there in the street. I seen him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough. If you're gonna make it, you gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be around to help you along. So I gave you that name, I said goodbye. Knew you'd have to get tough or die. You know it's that name that helps make you strong. Now you just fought one hell of a fight. I know you hate me, and you have the right to kill me now. I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for grabbing your gut and the spit in your eye. I'm the mangy snake that made you Sue. What could I do? What could I do? What could I do? I got all choked up, threw down my gun. I called him, oh, he called me his son, and I went away with a different point of view. I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And If I ever have a boy, I'm gonna name him Bill or George or Dave or Chris, anything but Sue. That's all I'm gonna name. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Keep them hands together for my sweet wife, Miss June Carter. June. Come on out here, June.
How's everybody doing? How y'all doing back there? Well, I just was rushing around. You know, John, I just couldn't hardly wait to get out here and say hi to everybody.
I know, June, but you got to watch that rush around. You could cause yourself an accident.
I ain't never had an accident in my whole life, John.
Wait a minute, John. I mean, June. June, I forgot. June, you got to be careful. You're going to cause yourself an accident. You keep that up.
I told you I have never had an accident in my whole life, John.
Never had an accident.
I have never had an accident, never had an accident. Well, there was that one time. Last year when that big old mean bull threw me over that fence.
And you don't call that an accident?
No. I really think he did it on purpose.
Oh.
You know, John, I had to go to the doctor this morning.
Oh my God, June, you went to the doctor? What's the matter?
You know, he said, now, June, he said, now, I want you to listen to me. He said, I want you to take this little blue pill every morning when you wake up with a big glass of water. And every day at lunch now, June, I want you to take one of these little pink pills with a big glass of water. And he said, now, before you go to bed every single night, June, I want you to take one of these little green pills with a big glass of water.
Yeah, well, what was the problem?
He said I wasn't drinking enough water. Had to take your dog to the vet, John.
You took my hound dog to the vet?
I did.
What's the matter with the dog?
Would you believe that that crazy hound dog swallowed a bullet?
My dog swallowed a bullet?
He did.
What did the vet say?
He said, well, don't point him at me. Oh, really, John? You know, John, I'm just worried to death, y'all. I'm worried about my sister, Violet. You know, she broke up with her boyfriend, and you know, they've been going out for 5 years.
Whoa,
And she broke up with him today. She called me on the phone, and she said, you know, she said, I told him, I said, now look, we've been going out for 5 long years. Either you tell me your name or it is over between us. All right, let's sing a song.
We got married in a fever, hotter than a pitcher's crowd. We've been talking about Jackson ever since far when I'm going to Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna fool around. I'm going to Jackson. Look out, Jackson. What do you say about that?
Come down to Jackson. Take your head and drink your fill. Hey, man, you big talking man, make a big fool of yourself. You're going down to Jackson. Well, first go home down Harry.
I am gonna snowball Jackson.
Go ahead, get back here.
I breeze into that city. All the women's gonna snoop and around. All them women's gonna make me teach them what they know now. I'm going to Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
That's so fine. I'm going to Jackson.
You're coming back.
What do you say about
Well, I landed you in Jackson. Now you're dancing on the pony cake. Well, they run you out of town like you stole down with your tail tucked between your legs. Go down to Jackson. You
Says you and I'm going to Jackson, all your begging's not slowing me down either.
Well, just goodbye, John. Go ahead and go to Jackson. I don't care. John, I am not going to try it. And I'll tell you what. John, do not call me on the telephone and ask me to send you a Greyhound bus ticket to come home again. I am not buying no Greyhound bus ticket.
That only happened one time.
Tell you a little story about John here. First time I ever laid eyes on John here, well, I was singing at the Grand Ole Opry with my mother, Mother Maybelle Carter, and my sisters, the Carter family, and John here was on a high school graduation trip. And he came backstage, and he said, I am a really big fan of the Carter family. Well, the Carter family, they were the first people to ever play gospel music on the radio. And John here was a gospel musician. He grew up sitting on the front porch playing those good old songs with his mama. And he looked right at me and he said, June Carter, he said, I'm a really big fan of yours. I said, he said, I'm going to marry you someday. I said, Lord have mercy, just what I don't need in my life.
What she said was, can you read lips?
Something like that. But I guess those eyes just burned a hole in my heart because, y'all, I went home that night and I wrote the words to this song. Well, John did not know that I wrote this song, and he did not know that well after he had recorded this song that it was written about him. My sister Anita recorded it. When I wrote it, it went a little bit like this. Love is a burning flame. Oh, it makes a fiery rain. Does that ring a bell? Yeah. Well, John got a hold of it, and this is what he did with it. He said, I'm going to put Mexican trumpets on that song.
Love is a burning flame. It makes a fiery rain. Oh, my wild desire, I fell into a fire. Oh, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flame went higher and it burns, burns, burns. A ring of fire, a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. Went down, down, down. The flame went higher and it burns, burns, burns. A ring of fire, a ring of fire. Oh, the taste of love is sweet, with hearts like ours beat. I fell for you like a child. Oh, the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flame went higher. Burn, burn, burn. A ring of fire, a ring of fire. Oh, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flame went higher. Burn, burn, burn. and gentlemen, I don't know if you know this or not, but Johnny Cash and June Carter had the #1 television show in the whole United States from 1970 to 1973. Anybody that was anybody wanted to be on the Johnny Cash Hour. They filmed that thing up in New York, and Johnny Cash kind of liked to wander around town a little bit when they were on breaks. And one day he was wandering around Greenwich Village up there, and he heard this guy singing and went in the club, listened to him a little bit. He came back and said, "I want this guy on my show." They said, who is it? He said, "It's a guy, a folk singer up there named Bob Dylan." No one knew who Bob Dylan was then. And the producer of the show said, "I've heard about him. He's just a hippie. We don't want no hippies on the show." John said, "He ain't going to be on there. I ain't going to be on there. You put him on." So they put him on. From then on, everyone in the United States knew who Bob Dylan was. And Johnny and Bob did some songwriting together and recording some songs. And Johnny and June recorded one of Bob's songs and won a Grammy for it, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the song right here. That your own chose me. I'm not the one you wanted. I'm not the one you need. When you say you're looking for someone who's never weak but always strong to protect you and defend you, whether you are right or wrong. Someone open each and every door. Ain't me. No, ain't me. Ain't me. Looking for. Hey. Don't like me from the ledge, baby. Don't like me on the ground. I'm not the one you wanted. I'll only play you down. When you say you're looking for someone who will promise never to part, someone to close his eyes to, someone to close his heart. I will love you all your life and nothing more. It ain't me. No, 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 it ain't me. It ain't me you're looking for. Hey. When you say you're looking for someone to pick you up each time you fall, but to gather flowers constantly and to come each time you call, and will love you all your life and nothing more. It ain't me. No, 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 it ain't me. It ain't me. Looking for. Hey. Johnny Cash coats were not made for Florida.
Well, we're just going to let you take it off, John. Take it all off, John. All right. Woo.
Well, I feel better now.
Well, I don't know if you look better, but you feel better. That's a good thing.
Could I get just a little more mic in the monitor, please? All right, ladies and gentlemen, there was a new preacher in town, looked just like Conway Twitty. Anybody remember Conway Twitty?
Yeah.
Great country singer, wasn't he? That's beside the point here. This preacher looked just like Conway Twitty. He was going from house to house, knocking on doors, trying to get folks to come to Sunday service. The first house he went to, a little old lady came to the door. As soon as she saw him, she said, "Conway Twitty." He said, "No, ma'am. I'm just a new preacher in town, but I want to invite you to come to church this Sunday." She said, "I sure will be there." The next house he went to, a little old lady came to the door. As soon as she saw him, "Conway Twitty." "No, ma'am. I'm just a new preacher in town, but I want you to come to church this Sunday." She said, "I sure will be there." Well, the third house he went to, just so happens, was a new school teacher that just moved to town. Beautiful young blonde-headed woman. Just so happened she was in the shower when he knocked on the door. Well, she threw a towel around herself and ran to the front door. As soon as she opened that door, she saw him. She got so excited, she dropped her towel. She said, "Conway Twitty." He said, "Hello, darling."
All right.
Praise gospel song.
Hello,
One to the Carter family, y'all.
I remember when I was a lad, times were hard and times were bad. There's a silver lining behind each and every cloud. Just for people, that's all we were, trying to make a living off that land. We'd get together in the evening singing loud. Daddy sang baby,
Mama sang tenor.
me and little brother were joining right in there, singing the same to help the trouble. So one of these days that won't be long, don't join in the song. I'll join that family circle out front. You can sing along with this one. Well, the circle won't be broken by and by, Lord, by. Daddy sing baby,
Mama sang tenor.
me and little brother we join right there in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I remember after work, Mama would call in all of us. You could hear us singing for a country mile. Little brother is done gone home, gonna join him in the song. I'll join that family circle out the road. Daddy sang baby,
Mama sang tenor.
me and little brother would join right in, singing the same to help the troubled soul. One of these days there won't be long, I'll join in the song. I'll join that family circle at the throne. Well, the circle won't be broken by and by, Lord, by. Daddy said baby,
Mama sang tenor.
me and little brother we join right there in the sky, Lord, in the sky, in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny used to tell a few jokes during his show. I don't think we ought to change the program up too much. There was a city slicker from Memphis, Tennessee, and he just bought him a new sports car, and he took it up in the hills up there. It was a new Porsche, and took it up in the hills up in the Ozarks up there to drive around and see how fast he could get them going and how to hook to the curb, you know. Well, they came around this one corner going way too fast. There was a rooster in the middle of the road. He threw on the brakes, but he didn't possibly stop. Ladies and gentlemen, he ran over the rooster. He killed the rooster. He smushed the rooster flat. Well, he saw a house up on the hill, so he walked up the hill, knocked on the door. The farmer came to the door. He said, "Sir," "I want to apologize to you. I bought a new car. I got me a new sports car out there, and I was trying it out. You know how when you get a new car, you want to just see what it'll do, and I went around the curves a little too fast, and at the bottom of your hill, your rooster was in the middle of the road. I couldn't possibly stop. I threw on the brakes. Sir, to make a long story short, I've killed your rooster. But sir, I want to do the right thing. I want to replace that rooster." He said, "Okay, go out in the hen house, introduce yourself to the hens."
All right, y'all.
You drove this one, you want to bring me. Well, I'm gonna take out a party, just you wait and see.
On guitar, bigger, even without me.
Well, you've been my woman,
guitar picking man.
Well, we can work this out. I stole the whole diamond trying to get you to shut your mouth.
Yeah, how am I gonna wear it? I gotta hide it out.
Well, you big mama woman,
You long-legged guitar picking man.
well, we can work this out.
I think we can.
Ticket on a luxury liner cruise.
I got out in the ocean and looked around and there was you.
Well, you big mountain woman,
You long-legged guitar picking man.
well, we can work this out.
I think we can.
I bought you big on limousines if you didn't want no car.
I give you my love and everything, and you're still what you are.
Well, you big mountain woman,
You long-legged guitar picking man.
so we can work this out. You work it out a lot quicker if you'd behave.
Oh no, John, you. Yeah, you. You need to behave a whole lot better than you do, Johnny Cash. That's the truth.
Hey, one more little quick joke. Preacher was preaching the other day. He asked that age-old question, if there is anyone in this room here tonight that's perfect, stand up now. One guy stood up in the back of the room. Preacher said, man, you think you're perfect? He said, no. I was standing up for my wife's ex-husband. He couldn't be here. You're going to be going home tonight, you're going to think, oh man, that's the funniest thing I ever heard. That's funny, I don't care who you are. That's Here's another Grammy winner right here. If I were a carpenter, you were a lady, would you marry me? Would you have my baby?
You were a carpenter, I was a lady. I'd marry you anyway. I'd have you, baby.
If I worked my hands in wood, would you still love me?
I'll let you do something. I could not love you.
Say my love is loneliness, say my love is sorrow. I've given you my loneliness.
Give me your tomorrow.
If I were a miller at a mill wheel grinding, would you miss your colored glass, soft shoes shining?
If you were a miller, I don't know what grind. I wouldn't miss my colored glass or my soft shoes shining. Say my love to loneliness, say my love to sorrow.
I've given you my loneliness.
Give me your tomorrow.
If a tinker were my tree, would I to find you.
Let's carry out today on behind you.
If I were caught up here, you were a lady,
I'd marry you anyway. I love you, baby. Say my love is loneliness. Say my love is sorrow.
I've given you my holiness.
Give me tomorrow.
Johnny Cash was born in a one-room shack in Kingsland, Arkansas. He joined the military just as fast as he could to get out of that part of the country because he hated picking cotton. He even wrote a song called I Hate Picking Cotton one time. They sent him to Germany right off the bat. He bought his first guitar for $5. Started writing songs, going to be a big star when he got back to Memphis. When he finally got back to Memphis, he ended up getting a job as a door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman. Man, he hated that job. Heard he was making a ton of money in Detroit, so he went up to Detroit. Well, he got a job on the assembly line. That lasted about a month, and he decided to go back to Memphis. He'd rather be a door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman. But when he got back to Memphis, he lucked up and met Sam Phillips. Started writing songs and recording songs. Everything kind of worked out for him. While he was up in Detroit, though, he got some great material for a great song. And I bet you've heard this song before. It goes like this right here. Well, I left Kentucky back in '49. I went to Detroit working on the assembly line. First year spinning the wheels on Cadillacs. Every day I'd watch those beauties roll by. Sometimes I'd my head and cry, 'cause I've always wanted one that was long and black. I'd advise myself a plan to be the envious any man. I'd sneak it out in a lunchbox in my hand. Now getting caught meant getting fired. I figured I'd have it all by the time I retired. Have me a car worth at least $100 grand. You know how I get it? I get one piece at a time. Wouldn't cost me a dime. You know it's me when I go through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, drive everybody wild. I'll have the only one there is around. Now the first day when I checked in with my big lunchbox and help from my friends, I left that day with a lunchbox for a year. I never considered myself a thief. Jim would miss just one little piece, especially when I screwed it out on several years. Next day I got me a big fuel pump, then I got an engine and a trunk, then I got a transmission and all the chrome. Little stuff we got in my big lunchbox, like nuts and bolts and all four shocks. The big stuff we snuck out the buddy's mobile home. Up to now, everything was all right till we tried to put it together one night. Then we realized something was definitely wrong. The motor was a 53, and the transmission was a 63. When we put the bolts in, all the holes was gone. Well, we drilled out the holes so the bolts would fit. With a little bit of help from an adapter kit, we had that motor running just like a song. All the headlights, they were quite a sight. We had 3 on the front, 2 on the right. When we pulled the switch out, all 5 of them come on. The rear end looked a little funny too when we put it together. And when we was through, and I swear, it only had one great big tail fin. About then, my wife come out. I can see in her eyes she had her doubt, but she hopped in the back and said, "Y'all, take me for a spin." Well, we headed uptown yelling, laughing, and beating for miles around. But at the courthouse, they didn't laugh because the writing of it took the whole staff. And when they threw the title weighed 40 pounds, you know how I got it? I got one piece at a time. Would cost me a dime. You know it's me when I go through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style. I'm gonna drive everybody wild. I'll have the only one that is around. Well, I'm getting a call on my CV. Come back, good buddy. What's that? Red Riders, that's you? Yeah, this is the Sacramento Billy Cadillac coming at you. What's that? What's that? The cost of this automobile? Well, you might just say I drove up to the factory and picked it up. They're cheaper that way. What's that? The year of this car? Funny you should ask. I say it's probably just about maybe 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 57, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61 automobile. It's 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 71, 96 automobile. Well, when Johnny Cash finally got a job at Sun Records, the first friend he made there was Carl Perkins. He was talking to Carl one day. He said, Carl, when I was in Germany over there, I went to a dance, and I was standing there beside the dance floor. A guy come off the dance floor, and you know what he said? He said, that girl I was dancing with stomped all over my blue suede shoes. He said, Carl, I found that quite humorous. He said, you ought to write a song about blue suede shoes. That'd be funny. Carl said, well, that seemed like a silly thing to do now. If I go to the trouble of doing it, would you record it? He said, I promise you. I promise you. You write it, I'll record it. Well, Carl took him to heart, went home. It took about 3 weeks before he got the whole thing completed, brought it back in to the studio. By the time he got in there, Johnny had just left to go out on tour, but guess who was sitting there? Elvis was sitting there. You know what Elvis said when he heard that song? He said, thank you very much. I think I can do a really good song with that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sam Phillips said, what the hell did he say? I think he said, help you. Thank you very much, man. Anyway, he sang a few verses, and they said, yep, I think that'll work for you. But I'm going to show you what it would have been like if Johnny got his hands on them, okay? We'll sound it maybe a little bit, just a little bit like this. One for the money, two for the show. Get ready now, go, Cat, go, and don't step on my blue suede shoe. You can do anything, lay off my blue suede shoe. You can ride me down, stomp on my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything you want to do, lay off them shoes and don't step on my blue suede shoe. Switches. Ride me down, steal my car, drink my liquor from an old fruit jar. Do anything that you want to do. Pull it all of them shoe and you can do anything, lay on my blue switch. #1 requested Johnny Cash song of all time. This is a hum along, it goes like this. All this heart of mine, I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the end out for the time to find. Because of blind, I walk the line. Back to back, you're a humming. Very, very because you're mine, I walk the line. Night is dark and day is light. I want to be with you each and every night. And loving you only proves that's right. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Keep me on your side. You give me cause for love that I can't hide. For you, you know, I'd even turn the tide. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Your last chance to hum. Close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the end out for the tide to bind. Because you're mine, I walk the line. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In 1961, Johnny was on tour. He got a call from his agent. He says, Johnny, I don't know if you've been listening to the radio out there on tour, but Patsy Cline has been in a terrible, terrible car wreck. She's been in the hospital for over 6 months. Right before she went in the hospital, she recorded a song, and it is climbing the charts, but she needs to be out there promoting it. Her band's broke up. She's been in the hospital so long. Would you mind if she joined you on tour? Johnny said, man, send her out. That would bring in a ton of people. And it did bring in a ton of people. And we'll reproduce just a little bit of that for you.
Before I go, now, what is your favorite Patsy Cline song? Crazy. Crazy? 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 Okay, crazy people have it. My favorite too. You know, when she got this song, she said, oh, I don't think that's my style song. She said, I don't think I can do that. She said, who wrote this song? And they said, well, a new little songwriter in town, his name is Willie Nelson. Well, she worked all day and tried to get this song and couldn't get it. And finally, Willie said, Patsy, hun, he said, just sing it your way. Make it your own. And she got it in one take. Good thing, because it is still #1 jukebox song of all time.
Crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. Oh, I knew you'd love me as long as you wandered, and then someday, oh, believe me, or somebody new.
Coleman, they like to sit out behind the theater and have a few beers after the show. One night they were sitting out there, and Johnny Cash fed to Patsy and said, "Patsy, where all you done played?" And she said,
"I've been everywhere, hoss."
He said, "Ma'am, would that make a great song to record or what?" And he did, and it came out like this here. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert, bare man. Read the mountain, there, man. Travel, I've had my share. I've been everywhere. Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Antico, Bangor, Baltimore, Talladega, Amarillo, Tabarilla, Sangarilla, Bagarilla. I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross that desert, bare man. Read that mountain, there, man. Travel, I've had my share. I've been everywhere. Been to Boston, Charleston, Daytona, Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texarkana, Monterey, Faraday, Santa Fe, Tapalooza, Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, Appaloosa, Tennessee, Tangerine, Chippewa, Spirit Lake, Grand Lake, Crater Lake, Devil Lake, Pizza. I've been everywhere, I've been everywhere. Cross that desert, read that mountain, there, travel, I've had my share. I've been everywhere. Louisville, Nashville, Knoxville, Shakerville, Jacksonville, Waterville, Costa Rica, Pittsfield, Springfield, Bakersfield, Shreveport, Hackensack, Cadillac, Fond du Lac, Davenport, Idaho, Argentina, Catalina, Catalina. See what I mean? I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere. Cross that everywhere. Read the mountain there. Travel, I've had my share. I've been everywhere. I've been to Pittsburgh, Martinsburg, Brownsburg, Ephrata, Ellsburg, Vicksburg, Vicksburg, Ephrata, Lattimore, Gatlinburg, Kalamazoo, Kankakee, Chester, Nebraska, Alaska, Oklahoma, Baraboo, Kalamazoo, Kalamazoo, Kansas City, Sioux City, Cedar City, Rapid City. What a pity! I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross that desert, bare man. Breathe that mountain, bare man. Travel, I've had my share. I know someplace you haven't been. Oh, I've been everywhere. You have. You've been everywhere. That's like learning the encyclopedia, y'all. Laid up in jail, you run in the street with another man. Wouldn't even go by bail. Roll in, must be baby's on. Roll in, must be baby's on. They're around the shot to the train. Roll in, must be baby's on. For sure. Go you away from my door. If I had it, all over again. I'd never take you there anymore. Hope y'all enjoy a little Johnny Cash.